Hello, my amazing friends. Welcome back to Alina Wonderland Stories. Are you ready for a brand new adventure? Fasten your seatbelts and put on your imagination caps, because today's story is going to take us to a world full of magic and wonder. Our story today is called Zephyr and the Rainbow Shadow. Let's dive in. In a corner of the universe, where the stars are made of glowing peppermint, and the moon is a giant silver button, there lived a boy named Zephyr who had a very unusual problem. His shadow didn't follow the laws of physics, for it was made of liquid rainbow and had a personality of its own. One Tuesday, while the sky was raining tiny lemon drops, Zephyr's shadow decided it was tired of being stepped on. So it detached itself from his heels and ran toward the great horizon, a place where the earth meets the sky in a seam of golden thread. Zephyr, not wanting to be a boy without a reflection of his soul, chased after it, jumping over hills that purred like kittens and crossing rivers made of melted emeralds. As he ran, the ground beneath him began to transform into a giant chessboard, where the pieces were tall giraffes wearing top hats, discussing the philosophy of bubbles. "Excuse me," Zephyr asked a giraffe named Barnaby. "Have you seen a rainbow shadow passing by?" Barnaby adjusted his monocle and pointed toward the forest of whispering clocks, a place where time didn't tick, but instead sang opera. Zephyr entered the forest and found that the trees weren't made of wood, but of stacked encyclopedias, whose leaves were pages of forgotten fairy tales. Every time the wind blew, the forest would tell a different story, making the air thick with the scent of adventure and old ink. In the heart of the forest, he met a clock spider who spun webs out of 5 minutes ago, and the spider told him that his shadow had gone to the kingdom of gravity-defying soup. To get there, Zephyr had to climb a ladder made of frozen laughter, which was slippery because the jokes were so funny. At the top of the ladder, he found a land where houses floated in the air like balloons, and people wore shoes on their heads to keep their thoughts from floating away. He saw his shadow sitting at a table made of condensed starlight, sharing a bowl of neon blue soup with a dragon the size of a teacup. The dragon, whose breath smelled like toasted marshmallows, explained that the shadow wasn't running away, but was actually searching for the missing note of the universe, a sound so pure it could turn lead into imagination. Zephyr realized that to catch his shadow, he didn't need to run fast. He needed to dream loud. He closed his eaves and began to hum a tune that didn't exist yet, a melody composed of sunlight and the memoir of a first snow. As the music filled the floating kingdom, the rainbow shadow began to glow brighter and brighter, spinning in circles until it became a whirlwind of color that wrapped around Zephyr like a warm blanket. The teacup dragon clapped its tin scales, and the floating houses began to dance a slow waltz. Suddenly, the seam of the golden thread at the horizon unraveled, and Zephyr felt himself being pulled through a straw of pure light. He tumbled through a tunnel of velvet echoes, passing by constellations that looked like giant rubber ducks, until he landed softly back in his own bedroom. The lemon drop rain had stopped, and the silver button moon was shining through his window. Zephyr looked down at his feet. His shadow was back, firmly attached to his toes, but it wasn't black anymore. It retained a faint, shimmering glow of purple and gold. He realized then that the world was far wider than the walls of his house, and that every shadow is just a secret waiting to be told. From that night on, whenever the wind whispered through the trees, Zephyr didn't just hear the rustling of leaves. He heard the echoes of the giraffes in top hats and the opera singing clocks, knowing that somewhere out there, his teacup dragon friend was still sipping neon soup and waiting for the next Ariat dream to begin. My dear children, thank you so much for watching and joining us on this magical journey. Always remember that learning is a superpower that helps you grow and achieve your dreams. Every new thing you learn today makes you brighter tomorrow. If you want to improve your English and become better at speaking it, don't forget to subscribe and join our family. We will help you master the language in the most fun and easy way possible. There are so many other amazing stories and adventures waiting for you right here on our channel, so make sure to watch more of our videos and share them with your friends so you can all learn and grow together. Thank you for being such wonderful listeners. Stay curious, keep learning, and we'll see you in our next adventure. Goodbye for now.